Finally caught a few sunny days and decided to get out and try a location I haven't been to in a while. Never saw any video here before, so I've been here quite a few times. It's Saturday, January the 5th. It's a nice sunny day. Very few clouds in the sky. Kind of cold though. It's not terrible. It's around 40 right now. So this creek's pretty interesting. Lots of bedrock cascades. Doesn't really carry a lot of overburden in most places upstream from here. Downstream it starts to accumulate a little bit more. Geology here is really interesting. I'm not going to get into it here in detail and bore everybody to death, but part of the geology does include gold, and that's why I'm here. It's pretty well up from here, bounded by a steep ridge on the right, and for the sake of not giving away the exact location, I'm not going to mention what the name of it is, but there are some mines on the back side of it that were at least fairly productive back in the day. Anyway, it's a nice day. I'm anxious to get started and find a little color. One nice thing about this location is usually if you get into decent color, there's bigger pieces. Never really found any large nuggets or anything, but a lot of nice pickers and really coarse and rough gold. So I'm going to get to digging, and hopefully I'll come up with some good stuff. Been working along this bedrock ledge for a while and getting quite a bit of small gold. I've worked this thing out before, but it's been a couple of years, and it's restocked itself with some fine gold. Kind of the way I approach this is I look for cracks and crevices and drops in the bedrock. That's mostly what you have through here. But I'm just about done with it. It's not giving me so much now, so I'm going to work on up here and catch some of these other ledges. I've worked up and down the creek quite a lot, so spots are a little harder to find now, but it's a nice day to be out. And you never know when you hit one of those little pockets. I hit one day in a quartz vein that had a crack in it and had 9 little pickers in it, so maybe I'll find another one. Just got to keep looking. I moved upstream a little bit. You can see it's still the typical bedrock formation here that runs across perpendicular to the creek. Been quite a lot of good gold right in this area, and so far done okay. Nothing really big. A couple of good sized flakes, but nothing huge so far. But I'm gonna get to work, see if I can find a little bit more. If you look, you can see a quartz vein crossing here. There's quite a few little small, what appears to be more like fissure veins of quartz running through here. Some probably are gold bearing. But, I'm gonna get back to digging and see if I can come up with some decent gold. I've been sampling around, moving as I go, and trying a few spots, and I'm getting a little bit of color just about anywhere. Nothing really major so far. Hoping I'd get on something major so I could show you some of it in the pan. That's the way it is in here. It's kind of spotty. If you find a good spot, you'll do quite well. If not, you'll just get a little bit of color. As I mentioned earlier, one time I found a crack along a quartz vein, and this is it right here. This is the end of the vein as it ran over toward the bank, and it's covered up by gravel now, but it does continue over. I actually hit a crack in there along the vein where some of the softer bedrock had eroded out, and upon opening it up, I found 9 pieces that I could pick up with my fingers. So it always pays to pay close attention to what you're looking at and look for some of those cracks. It wasn't really obvious at first, but once I cleared some material out, it became obvious. I'm going to keep working, and hopefully I'll find something a little bit better than what I found so far. Pretty nice day though. It's gotten a little bit overcast. It's not bad though. Probably in the 40s, mid 40s maybe. So back to it. I pulled me a little material out of the crack that I've cleaned out. I don't know how many times where all the pickers came from. Just right off the top where it's filled in with new material. This is proof that the creek does restock itself. Fairly decent pan. It's got several small colors in it. That wasn't there last year. It was cleaned out, so I guess you could say it's back. It's proof that restocking does happen as you get the flood events in here, and this one is relatively prone to flooding. It does leave the creek banks and into the floodplain fairly often. So I'm going to get back in there and get a little bit more. That looked pretty good, so maybe there's some bigger pieces laying down the bottom. Next pan, I've got several more colors. decent size, nothing huge. I'm gonna keep working it out. I've cleaned it out before several times, probably 5 or 6 over the years. Always shows color, and this is right out of the top material, so back to it. In the next pan you see more nice flakes. It's not a huge amount, but it was worth getting back in there and cleaning it out again and getting what was in there. Still a little bit of material left, but all in all I'd say that was pretty good. Probably got 20 or 30, maybe even 40 pieces out of there, and that was just in like 3.5 pans. New gold. Moving down the creek. Starting to get a little dark on me. Probably about time to pack up and leave. Glad everybody got to join me at the creek. Didn't strike it rich, but I found some pretty decent gold. Nothing big. I always hope for a picker when I come through here because I found quite a few of them in here. But no pickers today. So I might hit 1 or 2 more pans before I pack up. But I figure I better sign out while I still have some light. And I do have that's about 1/3 of a mile hike back out of here. So anyway, until the next time, get out and find some gold.